So hello guys, what's up and welcome back to my YouTube channel. It's me, your girl barrister Neze, and this is Nezeville. Ringy. Can you hear it? Oh no, it is not in your head. It is the bells. The wedding bells are ringing and the excitement is in the air. It is official. Can you guess who the bride and groom is? Come on, don't look at me like you don't know. Don't look at me like you have not heard. It is none other but 65-year-old FEMI KAYODE, popularly known as FFK, and his beautiful new boo, 29-year-old Adugo. Do you know the whole story? Let me tell you the whole story. David Oluwafemi Abdul Latif Femi FANI KAYODE was born on the 16th of October 1960 in Lagos, Nigeria. He was born into a high-class bourgeois family. Both his father and his grandfather studied in England back then. You know what it means for your grandfather, the grandfather of a 60-something-year-old man, to have studied in England. Yes, he was born with diamond spoons. Femi also would later on move to the United Kingdom to study law at the Brighton College in the UK. He got his LLM from Cambridge University and then moved back to Nigeria, where he was called to the Nigerian bar. Femi FANI KAYODE, like his father, who was a politician by the way, told in the same line. Between 2003 to 2006, he served as the Special Assistant on Public Affairs to the then President Olusegun Obasanjo. He was then upgraded to Minister in 2006 when he was appointed Minister of Information, and then later on he was appointed again as the Minister of Culture and Tourism, and after a cabinet reshuffle, he was reassigned to head the Ministry of Aviation. So Femi can very well be considered a very prominent Nigerian personality. According to information available online, Femi first got married in 1987 to one Saratu Atta. They had one child, a daughter, whom they named Oluwafolake. But only 3 years after the union, in the year 1990, the marriage ended in a divorce. The next year, the very next year after the divorce, in the year 1991, Femi got married to another lady named Yemisi Olasumbo, and they had 3 children together, 3 daughters. But again, only 4 years after this second marriage to Yemi Olasumbo, they headed to the divorce courts and that marriage was dissolved. In 1997, 2 years after the crash of his second marriage, Femi once again got hitched for the 3rd time, this time to a Ghanaian lady called Regina. He and Regina had one child together, one daughter, and that brought it to a total of 5 daughters from 3 marriages. 1 from the first, 3 from the second, and 1 from the 3rd marriage. Along the line in the marriage, Regina took her daughter and ran back to Ghana. Femi was not done yet. And so in the year 2014, Femi FANI KAYODE got married again for the 4th time allegedly to a lady called Precious Chikwendu. The then 25-year-old Precious Chisom Sonia Chikwendu, also known as Snow Whitey, was a beautiful, attractive, gorgeous young lady. Precious hails from Anambra State, but was born in Makurdi, Benue State. After her early education, she attended the University of Calabar, where she bagged a BSc in environmental science. Precious is without a doubt a stunning beauty, and so she chose to channel her elegance to pageantry. So she first took part in the Miss Earth Nigeria beauty pageant, and then she was a contestant at the prestigious Miss Nigeria beauty pageant. Finally, she was crowned queen at the Miss Nations International pageant in 2014. Aside pageantry, Precious had a good career coming. She got a fantastic job at the construction company, where she revealed that she was earning a good pay and was well taken care of.
I started working in a construction company.
Okay.
It was a construction and a quarry together. So we mine granites, and then we do road constructions as well. It was paying well. I was well taken care of.
Oh, she was radiant, skin glistering like the morning sun. She had a beaming future ahead of her. On this fateful day in 2014, Precious had traveled to Umuahia in Abia State to see her mother and was on her way to Abuja. She had just been inducted as a member of the African Business School and was on her way to attend the indoctrination ceremony there in Abuja. The flight to Abuja was pretty uneventful, but things took a dramatic turn when she alighted and went to baggage recovery to retrieve her luggages. As she made to leave the airport, she was sharply accosted by a man claiming to be a member of staff of the Federal Airport Authority. This young man approached her, claiming that a big man wanted her number and asked him to come and get the number from her. She was startled, taken aback. She was like, "What big man? What are you talking about? I don't want to give my number to anybody. Excuse me, gentleman." But this young man was not having it. He was not backing down. Rather, he grabbed her bag.
So I was going for my induction, and when I got to Abuja, I was trying to retrieve my luggage. A fan personnel accosted me, and he was dragging my bag with me.
He began begging and pleading, almost falling on his knees, that please, if he didn't go back with this number, he would lose his job. Auntie, madam, please.
So he kept dragging my bag, and he was pleading seriously. He said, if I don't let him have my number, he's going to lose his job. That someone who's high up there says he must get the number or he loses his job.
With the fear in his eyes, Precious felt pity for this man. And she was like, fine, let me give the number. If the person calls me and I don't want to speak to the person, I don't even have to pick the call, instead of this young man to get into trouble. That was what she said. And so she took a pen and a pad, wrote down her number, and handed it over. The man was grateful and he walked away.
And the fear in his face was the reason why I said, anyway, you can have it. If you give the number, whoever it is, if he calls me, I don't want to see him, I don't have to see him. So just take the number. And I left the airport that day.
The very next day, the so-called referenced big man called, and it was none other but FANI KAYODE, FFK. You see, some people experience the red flags that will come in their relationship much later, much down the path after the relationship has begun. But for Precious, she had hers staring at her at hello. According to Precious, the very first call from FFK reeked of pomposity, arrogance, condescendment, and smugness. If you are a lady and you have come across a pompous man, you would know what she is talking about here. The whole, do you know who I am? Do you know who is speaking? The two-time minister? Can you listen to me? Go to a quiet place now. Hello?
The next day, I got a call. Oh God, the person was so in his ways. Do you know who I am? And all of that. I just picked the things I picked from the conversation. That was the arrogance, and I wasn't comfortable with the conversation. So most times he would call, I won't take his call because it's the usual arrogance, and I felt this person was unnecessarily rude on the phone.
And this arrogance continued with every passing phone call that followed. According to Precious, she could not understand this guy. She hadn't even met him in person, and he was so immersed with this offensive aura of self-importance and egotism. At the point, she said that she had to stop taking his calls, and that when she did, FFK deployed the whole world to come and talk to her, to convince her, to beg her, to speak to her. Today his cousin is calling, next tomorrow his PA. Love bombing.
I started getting calls from different people. One claimed to be his PA, the other one claimed to be his niece. And they were pleading. He says he must talk to me. That's he upset me, they should beg me.
And then she would go back. Remember our words when we were discussing Uncle Two-Face Idibia, innocent, Uncle One-Face, when he came out to say, men, you know the story now, men are this, men are that. And I told you that this man has been very consistent too. So when a person or a man, because men are even more straightforward than we women, when a man tells you or shows you who he is, believe him. At the initial stage, believe him. Precious herself admitted that she had heard nothing but negative stories about the man.
What? No, put that thing now. Let me address. What type of stupid question is that? What type of stupid question is that? Do you know who you are talking to? I will not take any questions from this man. What type of insulting question is that? Which bankroll? To do what? Who can give me money for anything? Please don't insult me here. Okay, I don't want to take any questions from this man. Very stupid. I could see from your face before you got here how stupid you are. Don't ever talk to me like that. Who do you think you're talking to? Bankroll who? You think that I'm one of those ones you'll be... From who? From how? When? Where? How? You have a small mind. Very small mind. Don't judge me by your own standards. I've been in politics since 1990. I'm not one of these politicians you think will just come. I've been locked up how many times by this government? Suffered and been persecuted. Unlike most of the politicians you follow for brown envelope. You. Don't ever judge me by that standard. I spend, I don't take. And I'm not a poor man. I've never been and I will never be. A former minister, a lawyer. Don't ever try that with me again. No. Don't, please. You see me well. Don't ever. All right? I have a short fuse. I won't just say right now, I will hit you hard. Don't.
But due to her upbringing, her clear heart, innocent spirit, she always thinks the best of people. And she doesn't like judging people based off hearsays. She prefers to experience people herself. Because she said that even herself, she has read and heard rumors about herself that were not true. And she will not like if another person judges her based on those rumors. So she prefers to give people that benefit of doubt and have a personal experience of that. An experience she did. FFK and Precious began dating.
Because I've read certain things about me out there that is not true. So why would I want to judge someone else based on that? I don't want people telling me about somebody.
Right.
I'll prefer to experience you.
For yourself.
Yeah, I think that's where I got myself into this drama.
Precious said that at the early stage of their romance, FFK had only bad and negative words about all his ex-wives. He would demonize them. He would badmouth them. This one did this to me. This one did that to me. And there goes another lesson staring at us in the face. For women who think that they are God-ordained angels sent on earth, sent to earth to save a man that a battalion of women before her could not save. She is the chosen one, the Lord's chosen, that would give the man peace that an array of women before him could not give him. Most times, those women learn the hard way. For a man of such pedigree and affluence and position in the society, a corrupt society like Nigeria's, where with money and influence you can own the world, you can do and undo, you have power, you have money. For women to be married to such a man and they are being rotated like pants, as this one is running, the other one is coming in and running. For a woman to see a two-time minister and took her only child and ran 440 back to her country, body go tell you.
Because visiting for the first time, it wasn't a home that looked like a woman had been in the house for years.
Right.
It was like an abandoned town, a ghost town. My ex-wife was this, she did this, she took the children away from me, she never let me see my children after everything I did. Oh, the last one left.
So according to Precious, she said that the man had something bad to say about everybody in his life that he has ever had any relationship with. This one abandoned me. This one betrayed me. This one humiliates me. This one does not check on me. This one, when I had problem with EFCC, they left me. I've been such a good person. I've been such a nice person, but people repay my kindness with evil. People betray me. Everybody betray me. My children are getting married. They didn't tell me. They didn't invite me. They didn't involve me. Another red umbrella, red banner, red billboard. One who has a problem with everybody, whether as a man or as a woman, has an issue, has a complaint about everybody in their lives. They are the only good person. They are the only Jesus Christ. You need to be very watchful when you're getting close to such a person. Now, do not get me wrong. In life, people would like you, people would hate you. You are not jollof rice. You are not fried plantain. Even as golden as fried plantain is, there's some people that don't like it. There's some people that don't eat it. So it is normal that some people will not like you, and that's okay. But in a case where that person projects himself as the only good person, every other person is bad. He's the only sent Obi. My dear sister, my dear brother, take water, wash your eye.
When he told me his stories with the EFCC, how everybody abandoned him, Mrs. Wada was gone with his kids, his children were even getting married without his permission. He said all sorts of nasty stuff about the kids and everybody that had been in his life.
So yes, according to Precious, FFK said that everybody abandoned him. He has been so good to people, but they left him when he had issues with EFCC. He's all alone. And Precious was moved by these stories. She was moved by these tales that this man had fed her with, and she felt pity for him. Worse for her was that she just got out of a hurtful relationship. According to her, the man that she had been waiting for abruptly got married to another woman. So she was hurting.
I was really hurt by my previous relationship. There was someone in my life before I knew him. He had someone else he was seeing. Later on, I saw a wedding invitation of this person I was waiting for.
Right.
And that broke me.
Another anthem that I have re-echoed on this channel, jumping into new relationships and new marriages with open sores, sometimes beclouds your sense of logic and reasoning. Most times those relationships are based on emotions and rebound rather than logical analysis. So it's always best you pull yourself together and heal. There is no time frame. Some people, it can take them 3 months. Some it can take them 1 year. It depends on the individual. But it's important that you are a bit healed. If not, you might make a mistake. So Precious felt like she was that angel that was assigned to help and save the man that every other person in his life has abandoned and forsaken. She came in, started following the man to court. Whenever he has court sessions, she'll be there in court, sit down through the lengthy court sessions with him, playing ride or die. And in no time, he paid her bride price and they were married.
Now I felt pity for a man who claims to have helped lots of people and everybody has left him in the state where he was. So mostly what I did was whenever he came to court, I was in Lagos, I'll follow him to court.
According to Precious, the first itinerary that FFK presented to her was his dire need for sons. He already had 5 daughters from these 3 women, and he was categorically clear that he wants sons, boys from her. She said that FFK was incapable of sexual activities in the other room, and so they had to resort to IVFs for her to take in. So they proceeded with the IVF, did gender selection and picked the male eggs, had it implanted, and then she was pregnant.
So we went for IVF. He was specific, he wanted sons, that he had 5 daughters and he's never had a son. We had sex selection done.
Filled with the pregnancy glow, heavy with a much desired son that her husband has craved for all his life. She must have had her head up in the clouds, so happy and excited, ready to enjoy the rest of her life. But she will soon realize why she did not meet any woman in the mansion of a 50-something-year-old two-time minister. Still new in the marriage, while pregnant, Precious explained that she experienced the most violent beating of her life from FFK. He beat Shege Banza, come out for her body. That he would beat her, he would hit her in the stomach, punch her stomach, and tell her in a fit of rage that he's going to remove that cockroach that she's carrying. That is it because of that cockroach that she's carrying in her stomach that she feels like she's on top of the world, that he's going to take it out.
Even at the cost of that embryo implanting in me, I had the most violent experience, beatings and all of it. And he will punch me in my stomach, call the baby. Is it because of the cockroach you're carrying in you? Is that why you're doing this? He will punch me, and he will tell me that he'll get rid of it. He'll get the cockroach out of my stomach.
She said that when this beating became too much, she had to pack out of the house before this man kills her. For every time she attempted to leave, there were security guards, there were men that would bundle her and push her back in. And even when she managed to escape, he would call the who is who in society to call her and plead with her to come back, to convince her to go back to her abuser, who did not intervene. National Security Advisor of Nigeria, Sambo Dasuki, the late prominent cleric, Pastor T.B. Joshua, even freedom fighter Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, according to Precious, at one point or the other in that marriage, intervened. Now, aside the physical abuse, which was already overwhelming, there was the emotional, mental, and psychological assault. The torture of being openly insulted, abused, and humiliated at any time in the presence of anybody. Precious said that the man could go off at any time. She recounted this particular incident. I think it was some kind of there was a dinner where she invited her own friends, her relatives, and he also invited his own. So it was like a round table at a big hotel in Abuja. And she made the mistake of standing up where she was seated beside him to go and take pictures with her friends that she had invited. And the man went berserk. In the presence of her friends and his own, he stood her there and washed her down, insulted her. Oh God, disgraced her. That disgrace that you wish that the ground would just open and swallow you. And that was how she lived, with her heart in her mouth, living in fear, unsure of when the next bomb would tick or what next she's going to do or say that would bring the next inferno. Living on eggshells. What you're about to hear next will surprise you. Now, in the heat of all this crisis, FFK indicated his interest to have more sons, and so they went for another IVF and another gender selection, and she got pregnant with triplets, 3 sons. But according to her, this didn't stop the abuse from continuing. And before long, this abuse began to make its way to the media.
Record. That's all you ever do. Go and record anything you like. Scandal after scandal. Every time, insult. For God's sake, what is your problem? Everybody wants peace, but you know it must be insult, it must be this, it must be that.
You have been abusing me since, and I've said no word to you.
Not insult, you will not be.
Leave me alone.
Who the hell are you?
Stop abusing me.
Now, come and carry this.
Now, Precious said that for every time that the media carried a story of him abusing her or hitting her or them having problems in their marriage, FFK must design a photo session or a public show to dispel those news going out and create the illusion of a happy marriage.
Because it's a stock in trade. Whenever there's a fight, there must be a photo to debunk stories. So the first thing he's going to ask is for a picture to debunk stories. That's the first thing he does whenever there's a fight.
If you are old on social media like I am, you will remember the very famous Oha Soup drama, where after there was a report, I think by Sahara reporters, that FFK was beating Precious silly. Next thing we saw was Precious and FFK on the floor feeding Oha. Hey, Oha soup. And you could see the acting in his behavior. You know when an old person wants to act. The person does not get it well like this TikTok generation. You could see the acting. You could see the drama.
It's like you be taking time to finish my Oha soup.
Eat you.
Stop eating my food.
How you be doing?
This food is for the babies and I, not for you.
This is before or after?
After what?
After I strapped you and put gun in your mouth? Oha soup, please.
Eat Oha as
Oh, please give me Oha now. Is it because I haven't put gun in your mouth today?
Stop begging for food.
Please, I want food. Please, beg. I'm begging you. One for Sahara reporters. Hey!
You're a joker. I just a joker.
Nice. Have you done it? Did you do it?
Matis will just be recording that part.
Now, aside from the fact that Precious claims that FFK was a very hateful and violent man, there has also been serious allegations of indications suggesting that FFK nursed a deep-seated hatred for the Igbos, the tribe where his wife, Precious, hails from. He had openly drummed support for the Igbos to be forcibly removed from Lagos, and in his essay, The Bitter Truth About the Igbos, he spilled really inflammatory tribal slurs against the Igbos. And even during the last presidential election, he made very heavy anti-Igbo remarks and even called on the presidential candidate, Peter Obi, who is Igbo, to leave Nigeria. Precious alleged that she witnessed this Igbophobia firsthand from FFK.
I saw him in two different faces.
Yeah.
In public, you are sympathetic to the Igbo cause. In the house, we are rude, we deserved it, and it's because we don't have a hierarchy. Now, even the staff in the house, that you're an Igbo staff is the problem. That's what he says. That Igbo boy, I don't like him, sack him. You're called by your language. That's Igbo boy, that's Igbo driver, that's Zubi is an Igbo boy. You know, things like that. They make me cringe, and I'm like...
So 7 years into the marriage, when she could no longer take and bear the torture, the torment, the abuse, the verbal slurs, everything, she ran away from FFK's house like a thief in the night. And when he saw that he could not convince her to come back, he had tried everything, called every person to call her and urge her to come back, persuade her to come back, to no avail. His ego was bruised, and so he released his fury and vengeance on her. According to Precious, FFK sponsored very vile posts and news about her that projected her as a prostitute, as a lunatic, as an ogbanje, as a mentally derailed person. And then he drove a barrage of criminal charges to be pressed against her, from forgery to criminal conspiracy, even attempted murder, oh yes, defamation, injurious falsehood, cyber crimes. What wasn't initiated? These criminal charges are very well capable of keeping her in prison for a huge chunk of her life.
Was after I was docked in court for cases that I have no idea how I got involved with it. Criminal charges. And I have to answer for myself. I have my sister docked for a crime she knows nothing about. And we are likely to be charged for 3 years or 4 years more if this person can cook up evidences and make it look real that we did those things we did not do. Now we all know this is Nigeria. Someone can wake up and decide to concoct stories and people go to jail. It dawned on me the first day I was docked and I had to take a plea if I was guilty or not guilty. By instituting criminal cases against me, imagine the criminal case that I want to assassinate his friend Grace Bent. Both of them went to the police to write statements against me.
All of this sure sounds too much and unfair. But the worst punishment that he gave her, that he inflicted on her, he seized her children from her 4 sons that she had carried in her womb. He seized the children from her, barring her, restraining her permanently from setting her eyes on them or visiting them, from mothering them. They were all very little. And so for years on end, Precious could not access her children. She almost ran mad. In fact, she ran mad.
Oh, why is she going crazy? Why is she speaking? What am I supposed to do? Liam is 3 years old. He has a scar on his face. I don't know how that happened to him. I don't go to his school. I don't know his teachers. Yes, I figured where his school was later, but I can't storm his school without a court order. We are in court. There are certain things I cannot do. I just have to wait for things to play out. Now it feels horrible as a mother if you would just have to sit and watch things play out. Watch your children from videos that mothers who attend the same school with your kids will send to you. Have mothers from the same school reach out to you and tell you that your children came to school in dirty shoes and clothes because they are allowed to be looked after by nannies. And then he goes in there to throw it in that one of my sons has COVID. And that's the reason why I would not be allowed access, because the ruling was for me to have access to see my children this Christmas. Now to make up for it, they would say one of them has COVID, so I'm not allowed to see him. Apparently he doesn't have COVID. He threw that in just to block me from seeing my children. I'm sorry. I'm not dead, I'm alive. My children cannot live like orphans while I'm still alive.
And so she began running from one court to the other, looking for justice in Nigeria against a big man and a 2-time minister. She would write to international organizations to come to her aid. She would take to social media weeping and crying, begging for help. Time was passing, the years were going by. The children were missing out on her motherly care and presence, being raised by domestic staffs and maids and nannies that would come and go, that would not have the interest of the children at heart as much as the mother will. When the mother is alive, well, capable and willing. Some countries are not real places. And that is why when I'm speaking, I always like to direct my advice to we as Nigerians or Africans, depending on how your country is. Because somebody sang, there is not much justice in the world. But in some parts of the world, there is no justice at all. Because this can never happen in a civilized society. Where because you want to hurt your ex-wife, you deprive her of her children. It's unheard of. So that's why I always preach, shine your eyes. Do your best not to enter the problem, the mistake. Because when you enter the mistake, it might be more difficult for you to remedy it, considering your peculiar society. You're on your own. Except you yourself, you know, be small picking. You get mouths, you get money, you get connection. But if you are just the battle go hard. So while all of these were going on, the man immediately began flaunting another young Sisieko, young yellow papa, on social media. But there was a common denominator in the whole thing. So as the girls were coming, they were going. He was changing. They were coming and going. Eventually, during his recent political quest, in a bid to sharpen his public image and, present himself as a candidate for the new administration to notice him, he was doing a lot of PR. He has now agreed or allowed Precious to be involved in her children's lives. And so he quickly took pictures and posted and released the statement, oh, my ex-wife were beautifully co-parenting together. Yeah, despite all of that, their relationship still very much seems uneasy. And so that brings us to the here and the now. Ladies and gentlemen, a few days ago, news got out that once again, FEMI FANI KAYODE has gotten married to this beautiful, light-skinned Igbo girl called Adugo, who is 29. As his number, what? I think I've lost count. Remind us in the comment section. I'm just here to do my job and break this beautiful news to you all. So join me. Let us drop our warm and hearty congratulations for the latest couple in town down in the comments section. And while we drop our congratulations, don't forget to drop also your thoughts, your feelings about this whole story and what has happened now. Also drop your take home and what you learned from Precious Chikwendu's story and experience with FFK. So guys, yes, we have come to the end of today's video. If you're new here, you are seeing my face for the first time, or if you've been watching without subscribing, don't forget to hit the subscribe button, give this video a big thumbs up, drop all your comments down in the comment section, and stay glued, for we have so much coming your way. It's me, your girl Barrister Neze, and this is Nezeville. I'll see you guys in my next one. For now, bye.